For 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I thank the ranking member and the witnesses as well. Professor Odenier, the Consumer Federation of America recently submitted a statement on payments fraud for Senate Banking Committee hearing, outlining how the scale of payment fraud is sizable and increasing, including payment apps. The statement indicated that consumers had reported 100 million in unauthorized transactions on Cash App and 57 million on Venmo in 2022 alone. How would the CFPB's proposed rule help to alleviate the amount of payment fraud in the market?
So with respect to fraud specifically, when the CFPB has supervision over a firm, it conducts regular examinations to ensure compliance with, of course, stringent guidelines, and in this case, related to Electronic Funds Transfer Act obligations for account fraud. And usually the aim is to make sure that the company is fortifying itself with consumer protection measures, as well as trying to thwart consumer fraud before it occurs. So the Bureau can closely monitor compliance with these acts to ensure that payment companies have, for instance, robust dispute resolution mechanisms as well as disclosures. And then, of course, the Bureau can also assess a company's risk assessment strategies, and the Bureau can, in that way, delve into sort of the intricacies of the payment company's operations, kind of pinpoint vulnerabilities and fraud hotspots. Supervision, for sure, will not solve all fraud problems, but it can go a long way to make sure companies are doing their part to flag fraud before it happens.
Is it fair to say that consumers are better protected with the benefit of the Consumer Protection Bureau as opposed to without the benefits?
Yes, I think that is absolutely true.
I see. And would the other members of the panel be so kind as to indicate whether you think fraud protection is something that we ought to be concerned with? If you think that fraud protection is something that we should concern ourselves with, would you kindly raise a hand? Let the record reflect that all have raised a hand. Let me move quickly to another aspect of this that I'm concerned with. There have been some suggestions that the threshold should be raised to 10 million as opposed to the 5 million where it's currently proposed to be elevated to. What would be the consequences of raising the threshold? Professor, I'm calling on you again.
My understanding is that the CFPB's setting of the threshold at 5 million transactions on a calendar year was designed to enable the Bureau to supervise those firms that have the most significant share of this general use digital consumer payments application market, and that it was based on available data suggesting that there is a very high concentration within this market. So a very small number of firms processing millions, perhaps billions of dollars worth of transactions in a year, while there are many other firms that are not captured by the rule, but they handle fewer transactions. So the focus was really on trying to supervise the firms that have the most critical role in this market.
You indicated a small number. I have intelligence indicating that the agency has estimated that the threshold would capture approximately 17 entities. Is that about what you've understood the case to be?
That's what I understand based on the information the Bureau has provided to the
17
public.
entities. All right. Let's move to another area quickly. Cash App. Is it true that Cash App allows users to sell stocks, buy and sell stocks?
I'm not familiar with that particular functionality.
Anyone
Cash
familiar
App.
with the function? If so, you may speak. Cash App allowing users to buy and sell stocks? Well, I've received an indication that it does have this feature and they can do so without a commission. This causes me some concern if this is the case, because buying and selling stocks is a means by which a good amount of fraud can occur when we don't have the CFPB protecting the consumer. So I'm hopeful that maybe this is incorrect, and if it is, I will understand. But if not, I'm grateful that the CFPB is looking into this. I yield back the balance of my time.
Gentleman yields back. The gentleman from Illinois, Mr. Caston's recognized for